Picture this. Two different people walk into the exact same bank branch. They both take out the exact same 5 lakh rupee loan, and the bank charges them the exact same interest rate. But fast forward just a few years, and one person is noticeably poorer, while the other is significantly wealthier. So how in the world does that happen?
Well, here's a fundamental truth we often overlook. The loan itself isn't inherently good or bad. Debt is literally neutral. The entire financial destiny of these two people was decided solely by what they bought with that borrowed cash. The person on the left, they bought depreciating items, basically just digging themselves a deeper hole. But the person on the right bought income-generating items. They used the bank's money to build their own wealth.
So to really unpack how to achieve that wealthier outcome, this explainer is going to cover 4 things: the middle class trap, the golden rule of borrowing, 3 incredibly actionable wealth strategies, and finally some concrete steps for salaried earners. Let's dive right in.
First up, Section 1, the middle class trap. This is all about how we fail the debt test by using fresh loans just to pay off old ones.
Just look at this massive 55% slice. That means more than half of all non-housing borrowing in India is poured directly into depreciating assets. We're talking about things like credit card dues, personal loans for a fancy vacation, auto loans, and of course the latest smartphones. You know, stuff that literally starts losing value the second you buy it, long before you've even finished paying off the loan. These kinds of loans just create heavy burdens, not assets.
And here's the red alert. You know you've crossed into the danger zone when your monthly EMIs hit that 40 to 50% threshold of your take-home salary. If you're there, you are officially in severe financial danger. You're basically spending your days working just to pay off your liabilities instead of making your assets work for you. Which brings us to Section 2, the golden rule. This is the Baniyas secret to wealth building, a mindset used for generations, way before any modern finance books hit the shelves.
Okay, so the Baniyas debt filter is absolute. It's so simple. If the asset you buy brings in more cash than the EMI takes out, the loan is working for you. But if that asset earns absolutely zero or worse, if it loses value over time, that loan is actively working against you. It really is just that straightforward.
Moving on to Section 3, wealth strategies. Let's look at 3 specific, real-world ways you can actually master debt and use it to your advantage. Here are 3 distinct paths to transform debt into an asset. You've got business loans for cash flow, property loans for growth and rent, and asset-backed loans to capture spread profit. Let's start with the absolute oldest trick in the book. Check this out. On the left, paying a 12,000 rupee EMI for a car actually destroys your wealth. It's losing about 15% of its value every single year and generating zero income. You're paying every month for something that's getting cheaper by the day. But on the right, take that exact same 12,000 rupee EMI, use it to buy business inventory, and let's say it generates a 30% profit margin. Even after you pay the bank's interest, you're walking away with a net positive 6,000 rupees in your pocket every single month. Same bank, same EMI amount, but a completely different financial destiny.
Strategy 2 shifts this whole logic over to real estate. Let's say you take out a home loan for a 40 lakh property in a Tier 2 city. On day 1, your EMI is 34,700. But here's the kicker. You don't live there. You rent it out. That rental income covers 22,000 rupees of the EMI for you. So your actual out-of-pocket cost is kept incredibly low, just 12,700 rupees. And meanwhile, over the long term, the property's capital value is appreciating at 6 to 8% a year. The asset grows, and someone else is covering the lion's share of your debt.
Now the third strategy is a bit more advanced. It's asset-backed arbitrage. Instead of breaking a fixed deposit that's sitting there compounding nicely, you take a low-interest loan against it. If your borrowing cost is, say, 10 to 12%, and you can deploy that capital into a highly reliable opportunity making 14 to 18%, well, you just pocket that 3 to 6% difference purely as profit. But the absolutely crucial caveat here, the returns must be reliable. Actually, scratch that. They have to be near certain. This strategy is all about cold, calculated math, not gambling with borrowed money.
All right, Section 4, steps for salaried earners. If you're sitting there thinking, okay, this is great for business owners, but I have a standard 9-to-5 job, here is exactly how you can start building this framework today.
To stop sliding backwards financially, we need a game plan. Step 1, you have to list out every single active debt you have. Step 2, rank them strictly from the highest interest rate down to the lowest. And Step 3, ruthlessly, and I mean ruthlessly, eliminate the highest interest debts first. We are talking about those 36% credit cards. You have to wipe those out because absolutely no investment in the stock market is going to consistently outpace a 36% penalty dragging you down.
Once you've finally cleared out that bad debt, you have to filter every single future financial decision through one incredibly powerful question. Before you ever sign the dotted line for a new loan, ask yourself, will this asset earn more than my EMI? If the answer is no, then you're buying a liability. Plain and simple.
So, it's time to take some action. I literally challenge you to open up your phone's Notes app right now and make that list. Seriously, pause this explainer if you need to. Write down the loan amounts, the interest rates, and the monthly EMIs, because it is completely impossible to improve a financial reality that you refuse to even look at. Think back to those 2 identical 5-lock loans we started with. As you plan out your own financial future, ask yourself this: are you renting a future where your assets work for you, or are you renting a future where you work for your assets? The math is entirely in your hands. Keep learning and keep building.